Another challenge when it comes to centers involves having too many students at one center. It's important that no more than 5 children at a time attend a center so that each child is allowed the resources and the attention that they need. Preferably, I like to do around 3 students per center just to keep the volume down and keep them on task. So basically, the summary of my project is research suggests that active enrichment centers encourage and improve collaboration, accommodate early finishers, high achievers, and gifted learners in the regular classrooms. They are a great way to accommodate all of the different types of learners, and they allow students to dive deeper into content subjects of their interest while staying caught up on regular work and on pace with other classmates. The participants and setting that I used to implement my project was I used the 5th grade ELA and math general education classrooms. So there's around 21 to 22 students apiece. And then I also used them in my gifted classroom pullout, which I have about 15 5th grade students in my class, just to preview them and reflect on them and get the kinks worked out. I provided my students with a student reflection that was a 3-2-1. So when they participated in this center before I sent it to the regular classroom, they had to participate, give me 3 thoughts about it, 2 mistakes, and 1 positive. So the data collection I collected from the math centers was I did a math Jenga. So each Jenga block is labeled a different color, and within this color there are anywhere from 4 to 7 problems per color. So the students would play Jenga, pull a block. If the block was blue and it had the number 2 on it, then they had to pull out their blue recording sheet, solve the number 2 question, the problem on number 2. If they got it correct, and then they got to go again. But if they missed it, they had to skip their next turn. So this really encourages the students to do it accurately the first time around. The ELA center I provided was a literacy center, and it was a comprehension standard. They had to read to play. I provided them with a game board, and each person had a game piece that started on the start circle, and each square had a different text-based question. So the first question could be point of view, the second question could be comprehension, third question may pertain to sequence of events, and each article had 4 or 5 questions apiece, and then you get to a game piece that says stop, you must read the next article. So it's a series of articles called The Run. It's the Run series off of ReadWorks, and the students have to dig into the text and refer back to the text in order to complete the game board. So the first person to answer all their questions correctly and get to the end square wins the game. They have to roll their dice. The dice has 6 numbers, 6 sides. So they'd roll their die and they'd see the number 2. So they have to move 2 spaces and answer that question. If they got the question correct, then they could roll their next turn. But it's just like the math Jenga. If they roll it and they miss the question or they just slop something down, their group and their peers will check them because it's a competition, then they lose their next turn. So this is just my proposal. This is what I want to run through and kind of reflect and see what I can pull from this and see the teachers' reflections and what they gain and what they think can be changed. So thank you for your time.